Good morning, everybody. I'm in the middle of the bleak midwinter here in Ireland. It's lashing, it's a storm, and I'm off in search of the summum bonum, the highest good. Please stay tuned. We're in the middle of the octave of Christmas, when the light of the world, Emmanuel with us, came into the world. So, despite the weather, it's a beautiful time of the year. The light of Christ has arrived. So, stick around to the end of the video when the summum bonum will be revealed.
So what is the summum bonum? The great philosopher Aristotle, and later the dumb ox, St. Thomas Aquinas, would describe the summum bonum as the highest good, the ultimate worth, the apex of the triangle of someone's life. What do you place as your highest worth? What do you worship? And they would argue that God should be the summum bonum, or the highest worth. Bishop Robert Barron would often use the North Rose window of Notre Dame to describe how when you have God at the centre of your life, your summum bonum, everything else has a coherence, everything works, everything fits into place, and God enriches every aspect of your life from that centre, that summum bonum. In today's readings, we have the wonderful passage that begs the question, where do we place our summum bonum? Where is our treasure? The world and its desires pass away, but the man who does the will of God will live forever. In the octave of Christmas, we saw yesterday that Simeon seemed to find his summum bonum in the child Jesus. He was ready. He was ready to be taken to heaven when he saw the child Jesus and God in human form. In today's reading, we see the prophetess Anna. And I love this image from Rembrandt that shows the surprise and joy and exuberance in her face, because she seems to have found her summum bonum, her highest worth. She never left the temple. She served God every day, and she arrived at just the right time to see her highest worth, her summum bonum. And that produced an order and a joy in her life that she never experienced before. So it begs the question, where do we lay our treasure? Is our treasure in earthly things, in temporal things, in things that are passing, in finite things that will ultimately disappear? Or are we placing our treasure in heaven? St. Joseph, sleeping St. Joseph, he placed his treasure in heaven. He recognized the summum bonum in his wife Mary and the child Jesus.
So I've arrived in the church. I can reveal the summum bonum, the highest good, the ultimate worth. And it is the person of Jesus Christ, conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, suffered under Pontius Pilate, crucified, descended into hell, risen from the dead, and lives with us today in the mystical body of the church, and also in the sacramental presence, in the bread and wine. So you'll ask, how can this be the ultimate good? How can this be the summum bonum? You know, you have your family, you have your friends, you have your career, you have all of those things which are goods. But I would argue that they're not the ultimate good. The ultimate good, the summum bonum, is the person of Jesus Christ. To explain this, I'll go back to the dumb ox, Thomas Aquinas. He described Jesus Christ as ipsum esse, which is not a being amongst other beings. So you have your job, your career, you have your family, you have your interests, your football team, your support, or whatever. They're all good things in and of themselves, but Jesus Christ is ipsum esse, which is the sheer act to be itself, to be. Like in John 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. He was there in the beginning. So Jesus Christ is not a competitive being. He's not there to compete with all of your other interests, but to be the ultimate interest, and to enlighten and enrich, and to elevate those other goods like your family in beautiful and authentic ways. So that's the summum bonum. So please stay tuned for the remainder of the video, I'm going to play for you a lovely poem by John Betjeman. At this time of the year, we have the Nativity, and John Betjeman brings together everything we spoke about today. Ready, Emmanuel, God with us, the light of the world coming into the world. So, if you like the content of this video, please like and share and subscribe. And remember, Deus caritas est, God is love.
Is it true, and is it true, this most tremendous tale of all, seen in a stained glass window's hue, a baby in an ox's stall, the maker of the stars and sea, become a child on earth for me. And is it true? For if it is, no loving fingers tying strings around those tissued fripperies, the sweet and silly Christmas things, bath salts and inexpensive scent, and hideous tie so kindly meant. No love that in a family dwells, no carolling in frosty air, nor all the steeple-shaking bells can with this single truth compare, that God was man in Palestine and lives today in bread and wine.